Hello, sixth graders. It is time to get started on your second and final major writing project for this semester. Originally, just so you know, Edgenuity originally had you writing three separate essays and two major projects. And I took out one of the projects and one of the essays. So I've reduced it quite a bit for you. And I know that it feels like these came back to back very quickly, but it's just kind of the way that it worked out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I have brought to your attention that there's two informative essay replacement space fillers back to back, and I didn't name them any differently. So at the end of the screencast, I will tell you what to turn in for here, and then eventually your completed essay is going to get turned in right here. Also, hopefully you are heeding my suggestion and starting this on December 5th. Okay, December 6th is a Tuesday and the 9th is that Friday. And this is an essay that's going to require you to do extensive research. So you are going to want the whole week to produce the very best essay that you can. Okay, so again, if you are watching this December 5th, just get through this part so that you can start in on the essay. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to go to Google Classroom. Now, as you know, whenever I do these screencasts, you're seeing the draft version of the assignment because I can't post it until I actually have the screencast completed. So I'm actually going to read through this with you. Okay, this is one where I'm going to sit down and I'm literally reading through you. So the scheduled dates is December 2nd through the 9th. The 2nd is when you have the warm up. Okay, this project is a bit different than all others in that the entire project will be assigned here in Google Classroom. You will still submit a link to your final essay in Edgenuity in the second of the two informative essay replacement space fillers. Okay, notice the image below. Okay, let me open it up. Well, I'll open it up in a second. It said, my marks will make sense when you watch the full screencast, what you are doing right now, for complete details. When you are done with this first informative essay, replacement space filler number 1, find the tab above for Google for classwork to be taken to the actual project. Okay. Also notice the instruction in the instructions in the sixth expository writing 22-23 document below the screencast. We'll explain this in detail. And of course, you're watching the screencast. So first things first, this is the schedule. And again, I just showed this to you in Edgenuity, but you can think of this one as number 1 and this one as number 2. Similar to what you did with your narrative essay, you are going to be putting a shareable link to, no, actually not a shareable link. I'm sorry. You're going to be turning in the PDF of what it is that I tell you to turn in at the end of the screencast. It's one of those, let me know, this is how I know that you listened to the full screencast because you followed this instruction. You've done this before. This here is where you will turn in the PDF of your final essay when you finish it at the end of the week. Let me go ahead and close that out. So here is the nitty gritty. I'm going to open this up. Click. I've actually already opened it up. So this looks huge. Doesn't it look scary? It's 3 pages long. Are you kidding me, Miss Van? I'm in the 6th grade. What are you trying to do to me? I can't stand it. Yes, you can. Okay, this is going to seem huge, and that's why I'm going over it with you very carefully. Okay, this is like we were in class together, and feel free to meet me in the digital lab and I'll go over it with you again. Okay, expository writing 2022-23. Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Expository means that it's of or relating to or containing the exposition. Okay. Exposition is a setting forth of the meaning or purpose as of a writing, or an example of it designed to convey information or explain what is difficult to understand. So expository writing is basically where you are giving a report. Okay, you are doing a report about a topic. It is informational. Okay, expository writing is nonfiction. Your narrative was also probably nonfiction, but some people actually made a fictional narrative. So this is informational, it is nonfiction, but without strong opinion. This is not a persuasive piece. Okay. I want you to think about like a newspaper article or a magazine article or how information is presented to you in a textbook or a local newscast. Okay. There's very little opinion attached to it. You can add your opinion about some things throughout your essay, but again, you are just providing information to people. You're writing a report about a topic. So you'll notice in the prompts, when I get to those, you are describing something or you are telling how to do something. You might be comparing and contrasting something. You might be telling the cause and effect of something or presenting a problem and giving your solutions to something. Okay, again, this is not persuasive. Remember, you are giving information objectively without an opinion, or at least much of an opinion. Okay, you're not trying to persuade us, you're not trying to convince us, you're just providing us objective information. Objective means that there isn't an opinion attached to it. So I've given you 4 prompts to choose from. If you have an idea for a prompt that you would like to write about that goes beyond this, please ask me about it. And you can ask me about that when you turn in your first replacement filler for the assignment. Just make sure that you follow up by checking your email. Okay. You can also just send an email. Miss Van, I saw the list of prompts. I was wondering if I could write about this instead. Okay. Most likely I will say yes. If I say no, I will have a reason for saying no. Okay. Mostly because you are going to be required to do research. And I don't want you to write me a report about something that I am convinced you already know a lot about. So, no, you're not going to write me a report about Pokemon. No, you're not going to write me a report about Minecraft. Okay. No, you're not going to write me a report about, you get the point. So, here are 4 prompts. All of these would require you to do some research. One is write an expository essay describing the immigrant experience, past or present. This goes along with Edgenuity right now. This fits in with what you've just been recently reading. So you can talk about what the immigrant experience was for people in the past, like in the 16, the 17, the 18, and even the early 1900s, or what it might be like for people currently. You know, the immigrants who come to our country in the last 5 to 10 years, explaining what that experience could be like for them. Again, you're going to have to do research. You can write an expository essay explaining how to take care of a particular pet, maybe how to take care of particular equipment, maybe how to take care of a sibling, like a younger sibling. Again, you are probably going to come to the table with a little bit of information, but you are going to be required to do some research. You could write an essay describing a winter sport that you are unfamiliar with, maybe bobsled, biathlon, dog sled, figure skating, etc. If you want some more ideas, ask me. You can also just do a Google search for Olympic winter sports and probably spend a lot of time just trying to decide what you want to do a report about. Again, pick a sport that you either don't know very well or that you don't know about at all. Okay, this is a research report. Okay, I've said research at least 5 times now, so I think it's starting to sink in. You can also write an expository essay describing a winter holiday that you do not celebrate or that may be celebrated in another country. So this could be a religious holiday that's different than yours. It could be a winter holiday that isn't related to any type of religion. It might just be related to a culture. This can be any holiday in the month of December or January. If you need help with this, again, you know what to do. That's right. Come see me. Okay. There are 2 pages of steps. So this is going to be the first time when I tell you that you are probably going to want to watch this video again once you get started. Okay. I'm giving you the whole package and then I'm going to put it into parts for you. Okay. That's how I like to be presented information. Tell me everything that I'm going to have to know, and then let me figure out how to do it in small steps, or let me come to you if I need help with particular steps. I have stepped it out for you. Follow these steps. Okay. You're first going to choose one of the prompts and do what I call a quick search. This is where you're going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes just seeing what you can find about your topic. Don't take notes yet. Put your pencil down, put your keyboard down, just notice. You want to be sure that you can find enough information on your topic. You also want to be sure that you have enough interest. Okay. If you start to do research and you get to the point where, like, I don't even really care about this, then you're not going to be able to write a 2-page essay about it. Okay. Put it aside. Find something that you're interested in. You may want, typo, to look into more than one prompt. Maybe try one out, try another one out, and then bookmark any websites that you find helpful. Okay. What I would recommend that you do is go up into your bookmark bar and right click in your bookmark bar and add a folder and call it essay websites. And then as you are, there they are, as you find the websites, put them in this folder. Okay. Because you're going to find some sites that don't have very much information, and you're going to find some sites where you get the information, but you didn't end up using it. So take some time to sort of try out some of the prompts. Okay. Next, you're going to decide once you've taken some time with your quick search. Isn't it good that I'm reading this out loud to you? With your quick search, make a choice about your topic and list it here. So if you're going to do winter sport, then tell me I'm going to do winter sport and I'm going to do, bobsled racing or something like that. Okay. I'll delete that out there. Delete. It says research part 1. You're like, oh no, how many parts are there? Well, 2. Research part 1. Don't worry about your paragraph topics yet. You're just going to gather information in your paper journal. This is on pieces of paper using a writing utensil. We call these pencils or pens for those of you who haven't written on paper for a while. Hardy har. Okay. So use your journal that you use for directed studies and using a pencil or pen and paper, not a Google Doc here. This is not copy for the internet, paste on a Google Doc. Nope. First of all, Ms. Van will be able to see that you did that. If you do that with your notes and your pre-write, do not do that. Okay. Protect yourself from plagiarism. This is your protection. Take notes, bullet points. Do not write complete sentences. Get the facts. Once you've collected 2 to 3 pages of notes, yes, you're probably going to have 3 to 4 pages of notes, you're going to start to notice chunks of similar information. These will eventually be the subtopics and the body paragraphs, found another typo, of your expository or informative essay. Again, bookmark any websites where you get more than 2 bits of information. Okay. These will eventually be your works cited. This is going to be your works cited page at the end, and you're going to already have all the websites bookmarked. Be sure that you have at least 5 websites. Okay. Since you're required to have at least 3 sources in your essay, you want to make sure that you do more research than you need information for. Okay. Finally, I just want to let you know, research is going to take you a couple of hours. Okay. This is going to take you 1 to 2 days. It's going to take a long time, and you might need some help. You might need help from a parent, or you might need help from Miss Van to do it correctly. Okay. If we were doing this in class, we would be spending 2 class days doing this. Okay. The next step is to pre-write. You're going to use one of the 2 provided pre-writing forms to organize your notes. This is where you will have to group similar information into 3 larger subtopics. Okay, let me take a little time out and talk to you about this. Okay, I'm going to close this out for a second because one of the things that you're going to be directed to do is go to the classwork tab and open this up in Google Classroom. And here's where you will find the two different pre-writes. Let me open them both up. First one is called a bubble map because they look like bubbles. So here's where I might put bobsled. Here I might discover in my notes that I have a lot of information about the dogs, the types of dogs, how to take care of the dogs, everything about the dogs. This I might learn about, sorry, dog sledding, not bobsledding. This will be dog sledding. So I might learn about the dogs. Maybe this whole paragraph is going to be all about racing and what the racing is all about. And maybe over here, I might do the history of dog sledding. Okay. You get to decide what your three subtopics are. Okay. So you can either use the bubble map or you can use an outline. And here's space for your grabbers, place for your topic statement, subtopic number 1, subtopic number 2, subtopic number 3. So this is where you will have whatever does not fit here is not going to make it onto your essay, but keep your notes. You might find that you add things later on. So tell us a lot about 3 aspects of your topic rather than a little bit about many things. That is why you have 3 subtopics. You're going to dig deep into 3 subtopics about whatever you're writing about. The bubble map is faster to start, but it will force you to do more organizing and elaboration while you draft. Okay, it's very limited in the amount of writing. So the bubble map is going to go fast, and then your draft is going to go really long. If you use the outline's going to take you longer, but your drafting will go a lot faster. It's really up to you. My personal choice is the outline. I would rather get everything prepped. To me, the difference between pre-write and a draft is putting it into sentences. Okay, then for research, part number 2, now you've decided on your subtopics and you know what you're going to write, but you might find that you're lacking some details. So this is where you're going to go back to research and you're going to say, okay, I learned about how to take care of a dog for sled dogging, but I need some more information. Okay, so this is like looking back on the recipe when you're cooking. Okay, what did you miss? What will make it better? Maybe you need to find answers to grab to a question or grab more details from one of your subtopics. Okay. I'm not going to read this to you verbatim yet, and that is because when you get to a point where you are drafting, you are going to come back to the Google Classroom post, come back to the Google Classroom post, come back to the Google Classroom post. But Miss Van, you didn't say to do that during the draft. Guess what? I did now. So go back to the Google Classroom post, okay, for a separate screencast about revision and about drafting. Look at that, copy, revising as we go right here about drafting. I'm going to do the same thing that I did for your narrative, and that is when you get to your draft, you're going to go back to Google Classroom and you're going to watch the screencast about drafting. It's not going to be as long as this one, I promise you, but I want to get you ready for drafting, okay? Basically, you have everything that you need ready to go, and it's just a matter of doing it. So I'm not going to go through this right now, okay? Oop. I've got my little dancing snowman. So we're almost done. So hang with me just a little bit longer. Here's what you're going to do to show me that you've listened to this screencast. Okay, screencast is your expository essay introduction. You are going to go to that classwork tab if you're not already there. So here's the stream. Here's the classwork tab. Okay. And it says if you haven't already watched the screencast, do it. Okay. This is where you're going to access the document for the informational essay replacement filler document. Simply follow the instructions on the screencast. Are you ready for the instructions? I'm serious though. Are you really ready? Prepare. Take a deep breath. Really simple. All you have to do is open up the Google Doc that I've provided you. Okay. And you can leave this alone. And what I want you to put in here, are you ready for this? I want you to insert an image or a GIF. You can do a GIF. So you can search the web. And I want you to tell me your favorite snow activity. And if your favorite snow activity is staying inside and reading, that's okay too. But my favorite snow activity is skiing. And so, ooh, I like this photo. I'm going to insert it. Bam. Okay. Then I'm going to go under the file menu. I'm going to download this as a PDF document. And that is what I'm going to turn into Edgenuity. Now, later, when you actually start drafting, later you're going to go back to this and you're going to delete it. But I'll see that in the version history, and that will be really fun. One little note before you get started, make sure that you use all of these documents on the assignment themselves, because this is actually attached to your assignment. When you turn in your final version, when you turn in your essay, I should see your pre-writes. I want to see that you did that. If you didn't do pre-writes, you're not going to get full credit for the essay. So access your Google Doc is already ready to go. Eventually, I'll open this up again. It already says expository essay, and it says draft, and later you're going to change this to the topic once you get started on your essay. Okay, lots to listen to. I know it might seem overwhelming, but I'll tell you what, students that came to meet with me in the digital lab during their narrative found it to be very helpful and wound up with really excellent narratives. So take advantage of that. Come see me. All right, carry on, folks. And of course, have a great what? Rest of your day. All right, don't forget to come back to the screencast. Bye.